Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment we've been waiting for all stream long, the final of the men's 501 ADO National Championship between Alex Spellman and Elliot Milk. I'm Sean Green, joined by Nick Teixeira. Nick, we are in for a doozy of a final between two top dart players.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup as Alex Spellman, of course, we talked about it, wanting to really start off his year correctly. Start off with all those big sponsorship announcements and now start off with a win in the ADO National event. Elliot Milkman, I don't think was on enough radars going into this one and is going on quite the run and putting up the numbers to back it up.
Elliot Milk, of course, known mostly for partnering with Will Stewart in the Air Cap doubles event last weekend, bring down that title.
Well, and Alex Spellman, most known for partnering up with Maddox Williams at the Cherry Bomb.
There you go. Maddox is chalking, I believe, in this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there he is. I just made a guess, educated guess based on facts and reasoning. Alex Spellman, you mentioned this in the top 16. He played against Leonard Gates on our stream. And you mentioned that you thought that the tournament might be decided with how that match turned out. Do you say Alex Spellman wins this tournament now?
Oh, I love being right, so I'm going to have to agree with that.
There you go. Well, let's give the tail of the tape. In round number one, Alex Spellman defeated Jason Watt 4-2. Spellman averaging 98 right out the gate there. In round number two, Leonard Gates was the loser side of the Alex Spellman match, 4-2. 92 average for Spellman in that one. In the quarterfinals, Spellman defeated Robbie Phillips 4-1. An 88 average from Spellman in that. And then in the semifinal, defeats Chris Lim in a last leg decider with a 94 average. For Elliot Milk, on the reverse side of things, defeated Jim Widmeyer, the ADO national president, or current national president, 4-1 with a 95 average. Round number two, 4-2 over Tom Curtin, averaging only 77. So a bit of inconsistency there from Milk. In round number three, pumps it right back up, 4-1 victory over Charlie Harrison with a 97. And then in the semifinal, defeats Bob McCoy 5-0.
As Alex Spellman goes 180 and then misses outside on the 90 in the last start there. We're already putting on quite the performance to get things going.
Yeah, and Milk miles behind. Not on a finish after 15.
This is a settle-in leg. Unlike his last name, really does age better over time.
Well, that's going to be very awkward for Spellman. It starts landing pretty flat, and that 12 is, yeah, you see it just kiss right up.
And not much of a chance to find one in there, giving a little bit more time for Elliot to have an outside opportunity, although you don't expect Spellman to miss more than 4 darts at a double leg, let alone 7.
No, yeah. No.
That does help for Elliot, though. That's step one. Step two is Alex not hitting the double 12 if you're a Milk fan, and that's an awkward spot.
Yep. Yeah, and he almost did that on purpose. Double 6. And he does pin it. So he played around with it, but gets the job done in 21 for a hole to throw. Alex Spellman up 1-0. First to 6 legs in this final.
Yeah, one for 7 on doubles, but doesn't matter if you're going first and it was a hole to throw, right? So doesn't make too much of a difference at the end of the day. Elliot, though, will not throw another leg like he just threw in the last. He's going to be able to ramp it up here. Look of grit and determination on both of these gentlemen's faces, wanting to get the first title of the weekend on the men's side of the things.
In last year's event, Elliot Milk lost in the top 32 to Kevin Luke 3-2. Alex Spellman was not here.
Notably, both these guys, ESPN athletes.
Yes, they are. And that is not what you expect out of Alex Spellman, only 28 scored.
Yeah, not the normal level of poise that you would see from him on the board. And Elliot's really kind of just hammering away, finding pretty good form here. He's going to continue to ramp up over time. Like I said, he's one of those guys that might not start off leg number 1 with the most impressive performance, but by leg 5, he's hitting everything. All about the early jump.
And Spellman's also a player that plays with comfortability, and he'll go through some little minor fixes to his throw depending on what he feels is working or not working. And that is a perfect dart for a 180. And that's a 180 from Alex Spellman. That perfect dart on dart 1, just to stack nicely for him. It's almost guaranteed if he just follows that.
And he was keen to do so there, Sean.
But Elliot Milk, 140 to follow, leaves 48.
Spellman 136 has to go now.
And it won't. 96 left. Beautiful setup play. Milk should get 2 darts clear at a double.
You're going to have to fade these doubles if you're Spellman. Double top it is. Elliot Milk to get his first leg on the board. Make it chalk.
Ugh.
Holds it well down. It's going to have to recover. And does do so. Dead center of the double 10. Figured out what he did there real quick.
Yeah, he got real tight on dart 2, and then he's like, well, can't get much worse than that. And loosens it up nicely. 1-1 scoreline.
It's a blessing and a curse if you're Alex Spellman. With you're talking about the idiosyncrasies of thinking about every part of his throw, these mini battles he has with himself, fixing something, retuning, and going. When you are able to analyze your throw, yeah, you can correct what's going on, but all of a sudden you can also overcorrect by thinking about something else. Elliot, not that kind of player.
No.
He's just going to get up, he's going to throw the dart, he's going to have his pinkies up because he's a gentleman, and really sling him into the board.
He knows he's playing Phil Taylor every time his opponent steps to the line.
That's a famous quote from Elliot Milk right there. Why is it when I play someone, it's Elliot Milk? Wait, no, Phil Taylor. He's playing in the mirror, apparently.
That'd be really impressive if he said the Elliot Milk thing. Kind of a bold statement, but
It would be good self-affirmation for the gentleman. Spellman's going to have to go for a cover here. Does find the 19s. Throw is under attack so far from Elliot. He's been closing the distance.
and he should leave a finish. 140 leads 136. That's after 9. So the scoring is starting to increase here for both players.
It's hard to bet against Alex, but just something about Elliot right now is showing quite the level of resolve.
Just setup play. Not as much of a setup as he would have liked, and this is the type of checkout that Spellman just takes. Treble 19. Oh, would have left double 19. 76 left, right back on up. Leaves double 8. A lot of pressure on this 81, but this is to break the throw for Milk early in this final.
Needs to play for the 12 for Bull. We'll get a dart at it. Break he does not, as that was pulled well outside there. Alex Spellman for a hold that's almost feeling like a break.
It ended up being a steal, I think, at the end of the day. Milk was on 136 after 9. Only got one dart at the bowl after that, so a bit of a punt there for Milk after a brilliant start to the leg. Spellman up 2-1. You see Alex Spellman wearing his brand new jersey design, and already all those sponsors on that jersey ready to go. The Consummate Pro. I mentioned this in my congratulations announcement that if Winmore wanted to pick a player to ruin their brand, they could not have picked a worse player in Alex Spellman, who will do everything the absolute correct way. As a person, as a player, and as a sponsored player. So congratulations to all of his new sponsors for getting on the Spellman train.
Well, not only does he get the results playing on the board to get sponsors like he does, but he's such a wonderful ambassador, right? I mean, you're seeing him on Facebook and YouTube posting out these very informative deep dives and running a darts academy virtually to help train people and training people on site at events as well. I mean, that's the type of stuff that really helps elevate you in the whole eyes of the community.
And now, it's not only that he's a ambassador for darts overall, but American darts and North American darts, and growing the game over here, which is a bit of a different mindset than I would say most, and I always appreciate that.
He also said it in an interview with Will where he quoted LeBron James saying he doesn't want to export his talents to Europe.
There you go. I love it. He's not going to take his talents to North Beach.
64 for the Milkman on delivery with the cartons.
8. Does not go. And this is a huge opportunity for Spellman. Single to double combination should get 2 darts here for a break in 14. And a 3-1 lead now for Spellman. And he's halfway to the finish line.
And that's what was so good about Spellman's game, the level of composure at all times, faced with a moment like this, where it's easy to overexert. You know, okay, I didn't expect to have this opportunity for the break. All of a sudden I do, and you start pushing. No, not Alex Spellman.
We can see the textbook throw there from Spellman. No movement whatsoever. Elliot's is going to be a little bit more nonchalant, but the exact same as far as his elbow actually pops up a little bit when he throws, but no movement whatsoever in his body. Exactly how you should do it.
Yeah, still is a statue, looking like a carved out jackal in the deserts of the darting world.
The only other good nickname for Spellman would have been like Old Stoneface.
I could probably come up with a few, but it's none I should say out loud.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just work here, man. What do you want?
A lot of things. None I can have. All right, Spellman.
Having a little bit of trouble finding the scoring segment that he was aiming for there. Does find on the last, but not enough to really make a meaningful difference on a turn with his throw, where he really wants to get that a continued lead.
And Milk attacking it, trying to break right back. Not letting Spellman get away from him here.
Elliot Milk, again, one of those guys that has always just been around the top level of the game, has gotten titles here or there, has won big events before, but will just kind of sneak up on you. You don't hear him in a lot of those favorites talks where really he has earned his right to put himself in that echelon because he's been in that echelon of these top-level players.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one leg away from qualifying for the U.S. Darts Masters a couple years ago. He wins a lot of events that he plays in, a lot of the soft tip and steel tip events. He doesn't play CDC very often at all. Doesn't play a lot of those like real major tournaments on tours. He lives in an area where it's difficult to travel. He's a warden, so he can't really the boss man can't get that much time off work. Bullseye for Spellman and a huge 4-1 lead. And no. Just a bit outside to honor the late, great Bob Uecker, passed away yesterday.
Elliot, though, on cleanup duty after he sailed the 5-5 down, will get 2 darts and will take advantage. Alex Spellman not going to be able to make that 4-1 advantage. Instead, 3-2 with Elliot the chance to make it chalk.
And we're now back on throw. So Elliot gets his drink of water.
Gotta stay hydrated around here. And see those trophies sitting on the table ready to be claimed.
Yep. This is the final of the ADO Men's 501 National Championship.
Alex, let's place his darts on the bottom of the bed. Nice and flat. He's going to try to stack it in there. Might kick up.
Oh, unlucky. Kiss over to the 135.
Elliot, though, it's his scoring has been just fine, right? It's been a lot of 2 trouble turns, a lot of quick visits where he's able to find the first one right where he wants it. And when you're able to find that trouble on the first, it gives you so many more options than otherwise you'd be privy to.
Another perfect 2 darts. This has to be a 180. Yeah, there's no way that wasn't going to be. That's a 180 from Alex Spellman.
Yeah, raining in a nice shot there here at the Tuscany Suites and Casino.
Both these gentlemen trying to win the jackpot of this event. The ADO 501 National Championship. Last year's defending champion, Joey Linall, lost in the knockout stage 32 remaining players. Fell to some guy named Ram Guevara. Elliot all around the treble. Both these gentlemen all around the treble. It's almost unlucky if they miss it.
Well, the expectations are just so high on themselves as he's going to stay right there. Will not get the opportunity. The bull dart shanks a little bit.
Unlucky, 56 left. So Milk a chance to hold his throw and tie up this ball game 3 apiece.
And he's going to do it right here. You just have a feeling. Double 8 now is going to be the look. Milkman on delivery. Can ride in on that dart and does do so, giving a little bit of a celebration there, showing some emotions on the line as it is now a chalk matchup, and Alex Spellman will try to regain his lead.
Spellman was sitting on tops after 12 when Milk hit that in 15. See the averages just creeping up ever so slightly. Both players starting to up their game a little bit. The final that we were expecting is starting to take shape. Nice 1-3-7. Opening there for Milk. Elliot Milk. Again, like I mentioned, Warden. Back in his hometown. Alex Spellman, Fuquay Varina, North Carolina.
It could be something to Elliot's benefit, right? I mean, he's a Warden. He's used to locking people up. That's what he's going to try to do against Spellman. 3-1 down was a potential 4-0 deficit at one point there. Was faded instead, and now a 3-3 situation. Both these players have been showing right around that 90 range, been chilling in a pretty comfortable position.
Yeah, and Elliot, another chance to attack the throw here. 2:46. Should be the first to a finish now.
Alex Spellman, one of those top steel tip players that North Americans really treasured, right? Has done so well when we've seen him over at the Modus, has done well in the CDC, has done well in pretty much anything he set his sights on.
Yeah, he's been a CDC #1 on the Order of Merit. He lost to Ryan Joyce, averaging 99 at the World Darts Championship a couple years ago now.
Well, that was an incredible match to watch.
He's going to go the bull route here. Treble 19, treble 20 will leave the bullseye. Excuse me.
Even if that did go into the 20, though, that was an awkward spot for his dart to try to get in it to the bull.
So Milk should have 2 darts to break again to win 3 legs on a spin and take a 4-3 lead. Double 16.
Use that dart, but doesn't this time. Last time was able to. Alex Spellman with an opportunity for 87.
20 for bull or treble 20 for double 5. Bullseye. Almost a must-go. And he pins the bull for the 87 checkout when he needed it the most. And a 4-3 lead now for Alex Spellman. It's a hole to throw that has to feel like a break.
I would agree with you there. It started off with Alex Spellman very convincing leg 1 to Elliot, not really locked in, needed about 9 to 12 more darts of practice, it seemed, because he was been different ever since that. Vice versa, though, it's just one of those situations where Alex hasn't really felt in control of this matchup at all, despite having that lead early on.
You see Spellman is using those Winmore Fusion flights as part of that sponsorship. Huh?
Just confirming with the chalker that the score was inputted correctly. And shout out to Maddox.
Yeah, and it was pointed out in the chat earlier. Chalked the semifinal of the ladies, the final of the ladies, and this final. Last year did the same thing. Loves to be up there on that stage chalking these.
A bit awkward positioning after the first 2 of those darts. Would have preferred Elliot to probably go for a cover on that last one as you kind of see how that dart sailed up. Visual blockers are still blockers in the sense that you have to make sure to place that dart perfectly.
25. I love that. That's the new age route of going at the 305.
Oh, yeah.
The 18s, it makes perfect sense if you hit a treble 18. You have to hit 2 more trebles no matter what. If you go at the 20s, you only have two trebles in the 25. And Spellman does leave 160. Another one of those. For the 160 checkout and a 5-3 lead.
Clicks off the wire there, and Elliot knows that there's not much he can do in this scenario, though. Even if he finds a perfect round to leave himself at 16, Alex Spellman looking likely to get to match point now.
Yeah, you want to talk about a time for a break, a throw. And all Elliot can do is try to get low.
Still a great effort. Alex Spellman double top here. Does do so.
13 darter.
And we'll have the darts in this leg here with the first one of him being on match point.
Yeah, first of 6. It was 3-3 scoreline. Alex rattles off 2 straight. And is firing on all cylinders. And that's a 180 start for Alex Spellman.
It's a lot of direction, positive momentum there for the Jackal. Elliot, nothing he can really do except kind of go along for the ride here and make sure if an opportunity is available, he seizes it.
And a troublous visit from Elliot Milk.
No 9-dart chance there, as that was a little bit of an awry turn.
That's how I typically follow 180.
I don't know if you ever hit one, Sean.
There was that one time.
Practice doesn't count.
It better count.
Spellman's still out in front, though. Elliot sitting back. Good cover shot there from Spellman.
Yeah, doing enough. We'll have 6 darts from 179, no matter what Milk does here. And just a bad time to go a little cold on the trebles. Spellman does enough. Leaves 80 after 12. Almost 180 needed by Milk. Just to put enough pressure on it. A great 140, though. But Spellman for the title. Tops for the fans. Tops.
Elliot's still calling for it.
Oh.
And it doesn't happen here. It's a now or never moment for Elliot Milk. If he does take this, though, he could go on a little bit of a tear. 1-1 is the checkout needed.
After the first one goes on the double, does Elliot think that it's over already and he's already kind of gotten mentally out of it?
He's just trying to get himself back into it. He expected that to go. Just with that first dart, you're absolutely right.
Should get a dart.
11. Give yourself a chance here. Alex also nodding like as if it's already gone in. You can see it.
A bullseye to stay in this match.
He is grinning back there.
He just goes, oh, well, before this is thrown. Oh, and it's not close on that last one. So Spellman, 3 match darts incoming.
Three outside so far in the double 20. Make that 4.
That's awkward. That is, his darts laid very flat. He does not have much room at all here.
And doesn't get it. 5 missed darts for the match now.
Will he get more? That is not guaranteed. Milk 31 remains. 15 for double 8.
I must collect here for Elliot Milk.
It's been great on double 8 so far. It's got to be double 4. And he bends the wire. 3 more match starts incoming for Spellman.
Yeah, unfortunate there. The Darting Gods fighting against Elliot Melk. Double 20s fighting against Alex Spellman. Does get to finally aim at a different segment. Over to the 5, though. Continuing to still have struggles and woes, but it does not matter as Alex Spellman does win here 6-3 over Elliot Melk and gets the ADO 501 trophy.